What's up, Garrett?
How we doing?
Good, man. I think this is my first chance to talk to you, I guess, since coming back or announcing that you're coming back. Kind of take me through that process, and what did you want to get out of this year for the future?
I think what I wanted to get out of this year is the same that I want to get out of any year. It's just continuing to get better, never accepting of what I am, and I'm always in competition with what I have the potential to be, not with what I am now. And I think that's kind of the mindset that I've taken. I think, like you said, coming back, I don't think it was that hard of a decision for me. This is where I want to be. My roots are in this state. This is my home, and it means something to me to represent LSU and to represent this state and these fans. And also, with my teammates and coaches, I've learned to build relationships with the new staff, and, I have a lot of love for them. And, also with my teammates, I wanted to finish what we started. So.
Talking about your coaches, Sloan is coaching you hard, and I'm assuming that you like that. Just kind of take me through the dynamic there of getting you better.
Yeah, like I told them earlier, one of the first conversations me and Coach Sloan had, he told me that he believed that, he was the best coach in the country to coach me. And, I think that could be true, because we're very similar. I get very emotional at times, and, he's the same way. So he's quick to get on to me, but, I love it. I'm used to it, and, that's the way I want it to be. I don't want to be coached to be average. I want to be coached to be the best that I can be. So I have a lot of love for Coach Sloan and the way that he coaches me, and so it's been fun.
Jaden said at Media Days that part of his legacy was helping you and Ricky kind of cement yours as well. What does it mean to have a guy who's willing to help and that whole room really help each other? You talked about helping Ricky,
Yeah, he's done a great job leading, and we all push each other. There's no time to slip up. We're always competing. We're always pushing each other to be the best that we can be, and I think it's been good. There's a good dynamic in the room. Ricky's done a great job since he's got here. He's learning, he's growing, and he's doing really well. So.
Garrett, after all the questions last August, how much more confident are you guys right now in what you're doing, all the people that came back from last year's offense, and how potent can this offense be?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things Coach Denbrock has stressed this offseason is not about trying to change who we are. It's about, perfecting who we are. And it's the little things, it's the little details, and continuing to get those right. And when you're perfect with little details, it starts to open up more things. And, I think that's where we will improve as an offense is, focusing on the details and correcting the mistakes that we made last year and continuing to get better. So,
can you speak to how many talented skill players you have? You have 8 scholarship running backs. You have all these wide receivers, more tight ends now.
Yeah, it's very relieving as a quarterback when you're out there and if something goes bad and you got to put it up to a one-on-one situation. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's 100 to none. It's not a 50-50. So with the guys that we've got, in the tight end room, in the receiver room, and even in the running back room, we got a lot of dudes, we got a lot of athletes, and they can all make plays. So it's exciting. Literally from top to bottom in each room, they're all extremely talented. And for us, for me and Jaden, that's a complete ease of relief. So
it's easy to talk about the skill position players, but what about the offensive line? Kind of grown a lot from last year to this year. What have you seen from them at this part of camp?
Yeah, they've done a great job. Just growing and learning, getting experience. Especially, we had Will and Emery were 2 freshmen, and now they look like vets. Just the way that they go about their business, the way that they act every single day, the way that they lead out on the practice field. That speaks for the other guys too, the interior guys, Dellinger and Miles Frazier and Charles, those guys are all returning. And, they've stepped up big as a unit. You can see that they definitely have a force of toughness, within our offense and bring us more of a tough identity. And it's awesome to see, the way that they've all stepped up and, brought everybody with them. So.
You obviously had a lot of high praise for Joe Sloan. What have you seen is your biggest improvement in your opinion under this coaching staff?
I think, the biggest thing that I've improved on under this staff is just improving my emotional awareness, working through things that, I didn't really know how to work through before, trying to stay even kill, not too high, not too low. I'm very passionate and it can come out at times, and sometimes it can hurt me and sometimes it helps me. And I'm trying to use that and push that into a way that helps me only and eliminate the emotions that, start to hurt me. I think one of the other big things is I've learned how to just kind of focus and stay locked in throughout, each rep, each play, each drive. And, I think it's helped me a lot. So.
Just watching practice so far, the thing that stood out to me about Mason is his catch radius. It seems like he's always going to get it. I guess, what kind of guy is he that, like, the leaps that he's taken from year 1 to year 2, and then Pimp and Mac, just their ability to kind of, have a great first year as well?
Yeah. Mason's a stud. I mean, it's kind of hard for a tight end to not, grow mentally when you catch a game winner against Alabama, So when he goes out there, you can tell he has that confidence. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he accomplished. He knows what he can accomplish. And he stepped up as a leader on the team, too. And you can see it every day. Like you said, his catch radius is crazy. The dude doesn't drop a ball. If you put it up to him, he's going to go get it. And just like the other guys in the tight end room, the young guys, they have so much talent, and they're learning and they're getting better each and every day. And, it's awesome to see how much they've improved and how much they're continuing to improve. And it's a very deep room, a very talented room. So I'm really excited to see what we can get out of them this year.
One impressive thing about you seems to be your ability to fit it into a tight window. Velocity on the throw, do you reach a certain point where that's as hard as I can throw the ball, or is velocity something that you work on every year in terms of how you can fit it in?
I mean, obviously, I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to increase my arm strength. But to be honest, I don't really feel any limitations on throws. I feel the confidence to be able to make whatever throw I need to make out on the field. And, it's been big for me to learn how to control that aggression. And, I used to be extremely, extremely aggressive, and I would put the ball in danger and things that hurt me, like I talked about emotionally. I would get too high and think that I could make every play in the world and try to force it instead of just, going through my reads, doing what I'm supposed to do and allowing those plays to come to me. And then that's when I should be able to make them. So I wouldn't say I feel like I have a limit, of when I feel like I can't. I feel like I always have the confidence and the trust in my teammates to be able to, do whatever I need to do whenever I need to do it. So.
A couple months ago, you were in Thibodeau with the Manning Passing Academy. We didn't get a chance to talk with you then, but you were leading a couple of drills with Eli, and you were able to talk with him and Peyton. Did they give you any advice going into this season that you're kind of carrying with you?
Yeah, I mean, it was good, being around that, and it was awesome to get to, coach a quarterback drill with Eli Manning. I want to be a coach one day too. I'm a coach's kid. I've always been around ball. Football is all I know. Football is all I love to do. So, getting to talk to a couple greats like that, and just learn from them and listen to the different things they say, listen to the different stories they have to tell. It's pretty cool, and, I hope every quarterback gets to experience that at some point. So.
Did they give you anything to carry?
I mean, nothing I would talk about. I think that's, kind of keep those between me and them. But, no, it's just, like I said, it was awesome to get to listen to those stories and learn different things from them. So.
What do you think about the potential of this team? Obviously, you guys took great strides in year 1.
Yeah.
That comfort level, I'm assuming, is higher. Mm-hmm. Everybody's a little bit more focused.
Yeah. I think the sky's the limit for us this year. If we handle things the right way, if we do things the right way. Our defense is ridiculous. There's so many athletes, so many dogs on that defense. It's scary, and it makes us better as an offense. When we go against them, it's hard. I mean, it's not easy in practice. And so, when we go play on Saturdays, it's going to make the game easier than it is, at practice. And so, like I said, the sky is definitely, the limit. I mean, there is no limit on what we could accomplish this year as long as we handle things the right way and take things the right way and handle it week by week and focus on what we need to focus on. And, I'm really excited.